Fox 34 Football Friday, presented by Cardinal Sports Center. It's 10 o'clock, and it's time for Fox 34 Football Friday.
And tonight on Fox 34 Football Friday, if the Mustangs of SHALLOWATER can stay undefeated in their first conference matchup against BROWNFIELD.
We've practiced, and we've practiced, and we've practiced. It's time to play.
Hutchinson's bunch at Monterey finally takes the field for its season opener.
The Hutch bunch, Kurt. But first, our game of the week. We'll see if Lubbock Cooper's defense was able to slow down Sawyer Robertson and those Mustangs. And welcome to Week 6 here on Football Friday. I'm Rob Averby.
And I'm Kurt Kaiser. Our game of the week, Coronado's air raid offense taking on the tough Lubbock Cooper defense. Let's head out to Pirate Stadium and take a look at this action here this evening. Coronado at the ball opening possession. Actually, they got to get on the field first, the Pirates did. Here's Sawyer Robertson, quick slant to Eli Martinez, and he is off to the races. 82 yards to the house, 7-0 Mustangs with the early lead. Pirate defense showing up well. Here they get in the backfield for Coronado. They drop Robertson for a quarterback sack. The Mustangs eventually would move the ball down the field, though. Robertson finding Martinez once again for a big gain. And then right after that one, Robertson would hit Antonio Malone. But
boom!
Ryan Wilcox, wow, big hit there. Yeah. Flash ahead late first half, still 7-0. Robertson gets out of a little bit of trouble. He does a little jump pass for the score. Nice touch. It's Corey Fierro with it, capping a 7-play, 80-yard drive. 14-0 Mustangs to the half. Mustangs would go on, and they would win it 28-0 over the Pirates.
Now, Kurt, we expected this one to be a battle. Did not disappoint. Our game of the week. Both Darden and Parr's teams have D1 talent.
Yes, they do. And Sawyer Robertson looking good one more time. Our Brady King live out at Pirate Stadium. Brady, what did you see out there?
Yeah, Kurt. Well, before this game, coming to this game, the hype was all about Lubbock Cooper's defense, number 3 in the state in that 5A D2 division. And the question was, can the Pirates defense stop Sawyer Robertson and Coronado from just going off on offense? And well, they held him to 28 points, so that's not bad. But the real highlight here was Coronado's defense posting that shutout.
They're really talented, and they don't get credit year in, year out for their defense, but their defense every year is talented, and this year's no different. They're long, they're running a different defense, but they're really good at it and give you some multiple looks, and be a challenge for sure.
All right, well, Ship Darden expected it, but it seems like they had nothing that they could do about it right there. The Lubbock Cooper's offense just couldn't get it rolling. They were dropping passes, honestly, lots of penalties, but ultimately they're 1-1, not bad. They're going to learn a lot from this game. And Sawyer Robertson ends up with 3 passing TDs, 28-0. Coronado's going to end up 2-0 heading into next week playing Odessa. Reporting live from Pirate Stadium, Brady King, Fox 34 Football Friday.
All righty, thank you, BK. Monterey finally getting to play Kurt Kaiser after that game canceled last week. Hosting Ab Wiley. Defense would stand tall early, forcing a punt, but the Plainsmen, whoa, Nelly. You're going to see this in week 1, right? Muffing the punt. Wiley takes over. MHS would get the ball back. Here, the pitch and catch. Keyshawn Harris complete to Zion Martin for a big gain. But the Plainsmen would fumble the ball over to the Dogs. Up 3-0. Wiley would get 6. Balin Valentine on the play action, won't you be mine? Connects with Reed Hughes, 10-0 Bulldogs. And Monterey, well, could not get going on offense in the first half, and I think all night. At last check, Wiley led this one 24-6 late in the fourth quarter.
Let's earn our stripes, and we'll head out to Tiger Stadium right now. SLATON hosting KERMIT. Yellow Jackets with the ball. Handoff to Jay Lara doing his best John Riggins impersonation. Big gain down the field. Next play, it's a quarterback keeper, but he loses the ball. He didn't keep it for long, only to have his teammates save him. Check out number 52, Mikhail Barola, as he recovers it. Nothing going right for the Yellow Jackets. Tigers now with the ball, but it would be picked off by Geraldo Perez with the INT. Still no score. Second quarter, Tigers line up for a field goal. It's blocked. Chase down the field begins. Kermit would get the ball, forced to punt. Watch out. Boom, you'll see a big hit coming right there.
No, hold on. Here's the boom.
Here comes
Here's
the
the boom.
Oh, it wasn't that boom. There's
Oh,
that is a big boom.
He knocked him into Albuquerque.
That boom was worth waiting for. SLATON back in the win column. They finally do get it done. 19-8 was the final.
Hey, we kid because we care. I hope that kid's okay.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
head down to Brownfield. Cubbies host of the Mustangs. Shallowater with the ball first. Quarterback backs Townsend, gets it out to Major McCulley, who bucks off his defender and gallops all the way downfield into the end zone for the easy score. And now the Cubs with the ball. I don't know if they're bucking anybody off, but the big boy, Hayes Pierce, he's going to bring down the quarterback. Shally D getting it done. A few plays later, Blake Perkins with the catch, but Kurt, he's going to get trampled.
Oh, that is getting trampled.
That's another
Wow.
big hit.
Yeah.
Well, Lord have mercy. All
It's a
right.
night for him.
Yeah, the drive would eventually stall. Shallowater would take advantage. Townsend chucks it deep to Mason Eaker, and he eats in, dancing there as he takes it in. Mustangs would stomp the Cubs, Kurt. We're getting physical tonight, 57-6. Oy.
It's painful on the field. Wow, let's head to homecoming. This isn't painful. Big crowd for the royalty for homecoming. The Eagles bringing it in Levelland. First series, Canyon would draw first blood. Brody Cook up the middle for a touchdown. They would go for two with a little bit of trickeration right here. Running back Joe Shaw throws it to Jack McKay. It was 8-0. Canyon with the early advantage. Levelland trying to get it back, but Brian White will be picked off by Jeff Meek. There it is, a nice diving pick by Meek. Second quarter, Canyon taking it to the Lobos. 56-yard throw to Rafe Butcher. The Butcher takes it in. The extra point was no good. It was 14-0 Eagles at that time. Canyon did not let up. They go on to hold the Lobos scoreless. 40-0 was the final.
Kurt, with Halloween coming up, do you like candy corn?
I'm a huge candy corn fan.
Alrighty.
Love it.
Programs for sale. There'll be a hot item on eBay here in a few years, Kurt. I doubt that. Here's your obligatory open shot. First quarter, no score. Aldo Vasquez trying to move the ball before he's brought down by the Great Wall of Smyer. GDL's Bobby Johnson is happy. Holton Band, our co-concession champ, shades of Willy Wonka.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
Matthew Rocha hungry for the end zone before he coughs up the rock. Bryson Ramage says, I got it. And we go to FOX34 for the instant replay. Was he down? You be the judge. I don't know, too much to think right there. Still no score here on the shallow cross. Coach's son, Logan Lassiter, finds Ramage in the happy place. Tribute to the late Bill Walsh, faking out A-money. A happy homecoming for Olton as they win the final 54-28. Well, the Red Raiders arriving in the Little Apple tomorrow. Later on, Matt Wells on Kansas State running back. Deuces, Deuce Vaughn.
And our high school expert, Garrett Luff, breaks down Monterey's first game of the season.
And Estacado looking to shake things off after their heartbreaker last week, how the Matadors fared against Bushland.
Now, back to Fox 34 Football Friday.
And welcome back, everybody. After suffering a 1-point loss last week and Andrews missing a PAT, Estacado looking for its second win of the season.
And the Matadors' final tune-up before district play begins, Rob. They are facing Bushland tonight. The Falcons come in with a 2-2 record. First quarter action as they come on the field there in the All-American way. Wow,
look at the cheerleader.
Fancy looking there. Bam. Jalen Dobbins would take to the air, picked off by Scott McLean for a nice return early on. Already up 3. Falcons quarterback Unell airs it out to Brody Sutterfield for the TD. That's what that was. 10-0 Bushland on top. Later in the second, Falcons looking for more, but Ethan Fuentes would fumble. Whoop! And Charles Whitfield has the ball for the Mats. Another rough one for Clue Leads Club tonight as they fall. 46-7 was the final for the Estacado guys.
Yeah, not laughing at the game, laughing at the way you said whoop, whoop, or whatever you did right there. You sort of sound like Chris Berman. All right. Crosbyton on the road facing Ropesville. It was a defensive battle, Kurt, until the fourth quarter when our star photog, at least the self-anointed star photog, Jake Archer, decides to phone it in. They must have watched him leave as both teams would score a combined 18 points in his rearview mirror. Eagles soar at home 28-16 over the Chiefs. Jake, you are fired. Okay, Kurt, go ahead.
That was excellent video. Didn't have one mistake on it.
Yeah.
Over at Lena Stevens Field, Lubbock Christian hosting Weatherford Christian halfway into the first quarter. Lubbock Christian continued their scoring role with the quarterback keeper. That's Alex Lackey is in for the score, 20-0. Eagles soaring. Weatherford would fumble on the next drive, setting up another Eagle score. This time the pass to Cade Landrum. Well, there's actually the fumble. Now let's see. I have a feeling that Cade Landrum's going to get it in.
He is.
How did he come up with the ball? Where is it? Look at that. Yes. Wow.
Didn't it look like it was intercepted?
No, it did at first.
Yeah.
Eagles up 28-0. Weatherford would get on the board with a quarterback keeper by Jackson Folan, 48-7, but the Eagles could not be stopped. There's Alex Lack. Again, he's not lacking anything. Spreads the wealth around to Jackson Smith, 36-7. Lubbock Christian would roll for the final, 52-13.
All righty. We now head to Patriot Field. All Saints hosting Wichita Christian. Wichita Christian with the ball. Parker Landis to Nathan Otto. 8-0 Stars. But the Stars were shining for the Patriots as well. Indeed, check out the quarterback keeper, Jack Robinson. Giddy up and go,
Wow.
big fella. Yeah, he's got moves right there.
He does.
Into the end zone. We were tied at 8, Kurt. All Saints would score again after a turnover on downs. Check out Robinson again. Kurt, do you remember Fran Tarkenton?
I do remember Fran, number
Does
10 for the Vikings. Yeah.
Does this kid not look like Fran Tarkenton?
Very similar,
He
yeah.
lets it rip deep down the field. Caden Mead, he's got it. That was a quick cut right there. We'll work on that. 16-8 at that point, but All Saints would go on to lose a shootout tonight, Kurt. The final 54-44.
Wow, a lot of scoring there. Fox 34 Football Friday debuts in Cotton Center. Hello, Cotton Center.
Hello.
Look at all those snazzy buckets up there. Wilson was up 14-0 at this time. Dom Varela, that is no relation to Dominic Tortella from Fast and Furious on this run before he is finally brought down. He was fast and furious, no doubt about that. The Mustang family makes good on this drive as Stetson Reimer finds Gabe Hernandez to put Wilson up 22-0. Gabe struts into the end zone. Cotton Center FFA, there are other concession champ. Makes me want to go to Sam's and Costco. Here's our unofficial play of the day. It is Zeke Signs stripped of the ball. Ryan Waldham says, no problem. Take another look at that one. Unlike Wilson from Home Improvement, this Wilson team can be seen. They 45 C-squared. The final was 57-12.
And we time travel. Back to last night. Plainview Bulldogs looking to bounce back against Paladuro. The open shots, here they come. The Dogs and the Dons taking the field. First quarter, 3rd and goal. Tyler Rodriguez with the pass and nice catch. In the corner by Zabrin Duncan for the touchdown. Plainview up 7-0. Paladuro possession, screen pass to Marquez, or from Marquez to Trayshawn Moore. And the Dogs, Ethan Camps with the big hit to force the fumble. Plainview ball now, late second quarter. Downs again. Moore into the end zone right there for the score. Extra point was no good. It was a 7-6 game at that point. Plainview, though, was able to pull away in the second half, and they win over Paladuro 28-14. And we are now joined by high school football analyst Garrett Luft.
All right, Garrett, let's talk about the Plainsman. Monterey, the last school to open up its season after last week's cancellation. Do you think the team was really ready today? They had a rough one.
Well, first of all, Heidi Ho neighbors, because a Wilson reference, I've got to get that in there. But,
there you go.
Good job.
Man, it would have paid off a lot, I think, for the Plainsmen to get that game in last week against Odessa High. The Wiley Ball Club, I think, is a team that looks very strong. Cooper will have to keep an eye on them for district play because they're far better than they've been the last 2 years. But Monterey turned the ball over twice. For a little bit there, it felt like the school colors changed to yellow because there were so many flags on the field all night. And then in the second half, you get kind of a chance to get back in it. The defense gives the offense the ball in their own in Wiley territory 4 different times, and Monterey can't scratch for any points. It was just a really, really rough night for the Monterey offense. They lost Corian Bailey at quarterback from a season ago, so they've got to figure out some things. But 2 key injuries, too. Zion Martin, the key wide receiver, and then probably your best defensive lineman, Tyron Bradley, both went down in the first quarter. So if it could go wrong tonight, it did for the Plainsmen. It was very 20-20 of them.
Yeah, Coronado and Cooper, Garrett, are game of the week. I mean, what do you say about Coronado? I mean, the offense is there, and we know that. But is the defense underrated a little bit?
Well, it's hard to say because, Cooper struggled to move the ball a week ago as well. And so you kind of wonder if there's some more problems with their offense. But I certainly think they're formidable. There's not been a defense at Coronado that's always been known for that side. It's the offense you hear about with a Coach Parr team. But I think both sides of the ball are ready to really make a run this year. Robertson with 3 TDs tonight, no big deal. Ho-hum.
How worried or concerned should Lubbock Cooper be with their lack of offense? 18 points, in that first game, and then, of course, tonight.
Well, Friendship has struggled as well, so I'm wondering how next week will go because both teams are kind of on both sides of things having a hard time. So we'll see if either one of those can get their offenses really moving. Friendship scored a ton of points tonight, but their defense still wasn't very good. Next week will tell us a lot about both those teams.
All right, we'll check back in with you a little later, Garrett. Coming up on Football Friday, we get to know that Lubbock Cooper quarterback. His name, Cooper LaFaver.
And the Westerners got to win week 1 next if Shane Stevens' squad kept it rolling on the road against Fort Stockton.
First and most comprehensive. This is Fox 34 Football Friday.
Well, time to get to know the Cooper quarterback who happens to be named Cooper.
He's playing at the right place, Rob.
I think he is, Kurt.
Yeah,
That's right.
Cooper LaFaver leading the Pirates this season. Our Brady King put the QB on the clock in a rapid-fire Q&A.
Welcome, everyone, to our very first QB Q&A here on Football Friday. I'm Brady King, joined here with Lubbock Cooper quarterback Cooper LaFaver. And in just 1 minute, we're going to ask Cooper some really hard-hitting questions and get to know him a little bit better. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Favorite professional QB?
I have to go with Kyler Murray on that one.
That's a good one. Arizona Cardinals. Brahms or Whataburger?
Whataburger.
Same. Good choice. Texans or Cowboys?
Cowboys for sure.
Xbox or PS4?
Xbox.
That one, you didn't hesitate at all on that one. Cats or dogs?
Dogs for sure.
Same. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Friday Night Lights, the show or the movie?
The movie for sure.
Ooh, that hurts a little bit, but they're both really good. Ooh, 30 seconds. Okay, we got to keep going. Winter or summer?
I'm going to have to go with winter on that one.
Okay. A Texas winter?
Yes, that's a tough one.
Okay.
I have to say winter though.
The summers are hot here. I don't blame you. Favorite sports movie?
Probably Friday Night Lights the movie.
Okay, Mustangs or Pirates? That's an easy one.
Pirates.
Obviously. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Cooper. I feel like we know you a lot better now. Last but not least, what are you most looking forward to in your senior season as a Pirate?
I know we all have a similar goal in going to win that state championship. That's what matters most to me, and I know that matters most to my teammates too.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Cooper, and thank you all for watching our very first QB Q&A here on Football Friday, and you heard it here first. Lubbock Cooper going for that state title.
Kurt, Sega or Nintendo?
Oh, I'm a Nintendo guy there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm afraid. And I'm a Whataburger too. I'm hungry now that I heard that.
Spring or fall?
Oh, I'm definitely fall.
Okay.
Yeah, I like fall.
You got a name for me? I'm feeling
Great
left
time.
out here.
Shoot, I know. I wasn't prepared to ask you anything.
Well, get
Boxers or
prepared.
briefs?
Okay, briefs. Colored, too.
There you go.
I don't wear tighty-whities. Okay.
All right, well, let's move on from that. We'll take a look at Lubbock High right now. The black and gold started the season on a high note, beating Big Spring 48-12.
That's right. Even though the black and gold matched their win total from a year ago, they're not going to get hung up on that record.
Well, our focus isn't on the win. Our focus is on getting better and doing what we can do. And if the win takes care of itself, then we'll celebrate it and we'll talk about it. If it doesn't take care of itself, then we'll get ready for the next one. Just keep stacking them as best we can.
And it's no worries for the Westerners. They would win it on the road 28-12 over the Panthers. Looks like Coach Stevens may just have to celebrate after all, surpassing last year's total wins in week number 2 of the season. Congratulations to the Westerners, Rob.
Yeah, they haven't won back-to-back games in a long time, so they can get hung up on that and enjoy it. No doubt about that. Time for a break. When we come back, Matt Wells on facing dynamic running back, all 5'5" of him, Kurt Kaiser, Deuce Vaughn of Kansas State.
Now, back to Fox 34 Football Friday.
What a turnaround it was from week 1 to week 3 for Kansas State.
Yeah, it really was. The Cats losing at home to Arkansas State, Kurt, only to bounce back after a bye and upset OU and Norman. A guy to keep an eye on, this guy, Deuce Vaughn. He's only 5'5", not there, here. He can be elusive. He led the Wildcats in both rushing and receiving in the program's first ever road win over a top 3 team, believe it or not, 38-35 over Oklahoma.
Because of his size, he kind of reminds you, once he gets in space, of the Lockett brothers at K-State. You know, those are Booker T. Washington, Tulsa, Oklahoma guys that I know a little bit about. Great family. You know, just, yeah, I mean, he's dynamic in space. He's a playmaker. Doesn't matter what his size. He plays big. Very talented player, and made big plays on Saturday.
Yeah, you know, a guy like that, like Jakeem Grant, Kurt, you can sort of lose on the football field.
Absolutely.
And he was fun to watch against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Won't be fun to watch if he tears up Tech. But
that's exactly what I was thinking. But
yeah.
he does play bigger than. I was surprised he was 5'5". He plays bigger than that. You know.
Yeah, at least 5'9", 5'10".
At least that. At that least. Big. Yeah, you can tower over people at that height.
Right,
yeah.
right. I know when I'm interviewing someone and I'm towering over them, I know they're little. All right, let's talk about the Tech defense real quickly. Kurt, they gave up a ton of points in that game. But I think they got better. I mean, they found a pass rusher in the transfer from Texas A&M. They had Adrian Fry back. I do think that this Tech defense got a little bit better.
Yeah, and I'm hoping they got some confidence. So, you know, going up against a Texas team that's very, very good offensively, the defense overall performed very well. Of course, we don't like the way the game ended. We don't like the last 3 minutes. No. But before then, I mean, they did a great job going against one of the top offenses and top quarterbacks in the country. So I hope they can build on that.
Yeah, and then you look at the offensive side of the ball. I mean, that fade that Alan Bowman threw to T.J. Vasher in the second half in the corner of the southwest end zone, what a phenomenal pitch and catch that was.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, Bowman at times, Kurt, he looks great. And speaking of the catch, I mean, is that not a thing of beauty right there?
Yeah, one of the best ever. I mean, it's a great catch. It wasn't. He made the great plays. It was just the mistakes, Rob. That always is the difference between winning and losing.
Yep.
And there's about 3 mistakes that Bowman will look back on, and of course he wants to take those back. If he can correct those, he had a great game.
Yeah, and you look at SaRodorick Washington. Hopefully you get him involved in this game a little earlier against Kansas State than you did the other day, or a week ago, I should say, against UT. I mean, that was the big run right there. You thought the game was over. And then here in overtime, you know, Bowman scrambling for his life, and the ball's picked off. But the 2 interceptions earlier in the game, Kurt, really killed your momentum.
Absolutely. Right after you'd made turnovers to get the ball back.
Yep.
So, yeah, they were very difficult.
2:30 kick on FS1 tomorrow afternoon. All righty, coming up next on Football Friday, we'll take a look around the area and recap all the games tonight.
First and most comprehensive. This is Fox 34 Football Friday.
All right, let's head to the scoreboard. Off the plank they go. Coronado beats Lubbock Cooper. 28-0 was the final. Not the start that the Plainsmen wanted for their season. They fall 24-6 against Abilene Wiley.
ESTACADO, another tough loss, losing to BUSHLAND 46-7. They are now 1-5 on the year. SLATON gets the dub at home against KERMIT 19-8.
SHALLOWATER is for real. They leave Cub Stadium with the W, 57-6. And Levelland still having issues with the Panhandle teams as they fall to Canyon tonight, 40-0.
Ropesville, 11 life and 11 man down in Crosbyton, 28-16. Happy homecoming for Olton as the Mustangs beat the Fighting Bobby Johnsons 54-28. Alrighty, our high school football guru is back, Garrett Luft. He joined us from the coveted Double T 97.3 studio. SHALLOWATER and SLATON opening district play tonight. What stands out, Mr. Luft, about those teams?
Well, remember, this is a district that moved things up a couple weeks ago because they were going to have a bye at the beginning of the year for everybody. They moved that bye to the end. Both SHALLOWATER and SLATON started off with wins tonight, and that's a game I kind of have circled later on down the road. But I think both schools started off the way they intended to with solid wins tonight.
All right, Garrett, let's look ahead to next week. We always like to preview a little bit. What's our game of the week as we look ahead?
Well, there's no way you can ignore the Friendship Cooper game at Jones Stadium. That's the one that jumps off the page. Although both teams have some massive question marks right now, Cooper can't seem to find a way to move the ball on offense, and Friendship scored a bunch of points tonight, but they couldn't really play any defense. They still gave up 42. So at the end of the day, it's 2 1-1 teams that have a lot of question marks. But it's kind of a sneaky game to look for next week is Lubbock High playing a Plainview team that got its first win under new head coach tonight. Lubbock High's 2-0. I think we'll see if they're truly, really all that good. I think that's one just to kind of keep an eye on as well.
Quick pick for tomorrow in Manhattan. Red Raiders are a 2.5-point underdog, I believe, against Kansas State. Garrett, you think the Red Raiders can pull the little upset?
Heartbreaking 3-point loss, Rob. I'm all negative and pessimistic now.
Yeah. You know what? After last Saturday, it's really hard not to be.
Painful.
Yeah. All righty, Garrett, appreciate your time. Hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. For Kurt Kaiser, I'm Rob Verby. So long.